Okay, I just wanted to make a video here on talking about the dominance of the American empire, and that dominance will continue on all the way up until the second advent of Christ, because, of course, the United States empire is called the Earth Beast of Revelation 13, verses 11 through 17 here. Another beast rising up out of the earth, having two horns like a lamb, started out Christ-like with Christ-like principles, but it would speak like a dragon, that is, like Satan. Okay, and this beast, this empire, will eventually cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or the forehead so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, that is, the name of the beast or the number of its name. So it is this earth beast that actually enforces the mark of the sea beast or Antichrist. The Antichrist. They worshiped the dragon. That worshiping like the Antichrist tells you to worship is worshiping the dragon, reveals Jesus in the book of Revelation. So let's go with the United States. How and why is the United States the most dominant power in the world today, and why that's not changing anytime soon? Why that is not changing anytime soon. Let's see, what do we want to go with here? Let's go with oil producer. Largest oil producer in the world is the United States. The United States is by far, you see that? By far the world's largest producer of oil, by far. Everybody else, Saudi Arabia and Russia, are just competing for number two. Largest natural gas producer, the United States. Everybody else is competing for number two. In fact, we have so much natural gas in the United States, as geopolitical strategist Peter Zion says, it's free. It's free. Natural gas is free. You don't pay for natural gas. You pay for the infrastructure that captures it and delivers it to you. That's what it is. But we have a lot more natural gas than we actually produce. We have a lot more natural gas that we can capture and distribute. Just need to build the infrastructure. Military, obviously, United States military budget. Number two is China, and the United States still spends 3 times more than what China spends. Here's the breakdown 2021 numbers: $801 billion for the United States. Again, everybody else competing for number two. China's not to worry about. Their tech is decades behind the United States. United States Navy, of course, is roughly 7 to 10 times more powerful than all the other navies of the world combined. Friend or foe, combine them all. We're about 7 times more powerful because our United States Navy provides the security apparatus that secures the global free trade system. Post-World War II, Bretton Woods, that's what we made the agreement. We would say we're creating this global free trade system. Anybody who wants to can participate, and we will provide the security apparatus so that your shipments, deep water navigation shipments, go virtually unmolested. Okay? And that's why, again, the military budget is so big too. Naval power takes a lot of money. And we have it. We're the only country that has the capital. The reason why we're such a capital-rich country, this is actually from Zion.com. So Peter Zion, again, he's a geopolitical strategist. He's got several books. I do have all 3 of his books here. We're under the accidental superpower maps. So I'll try to be sure to link that down below. But this is one of the reasons why the United States is a capital-rich country and will always be a capital-rich country. Virtually impossible for it not to be a capital-rich country at this point. These are the internal, all the blue here are all the internal navigable waterway systems in the United States. Cumulatively, they are about 14,600 some odd miles, more than 14,500 miles of internal navigable waterway systems. That means since shipping anything, any kind of goods, the cheapest way to ship those is via waterway. Much more expensive way is railroad, and then the third most expensive way is interstate and intrastate highway. Okay, roads. But this is one of the reasons why the United States will always be capital rich. But the green portion here are the actual agricultural croplands of the United States. This is the upper Midwest. The upper Midwest is the largest agricultural landscape on the planet in a temperate zone, climate-wise. Okay, this is the reason why the United States is largest food exporter in the world is the United States, thanks to high crop yields and extensive agricultural infrastructure. Okay, so that's Zion. I do want to bring up another map from Zion.com. So agricultural, food export, internal waterways. Let me see here. I think it's under the absent superpower. If we are absent, essentially, if the United States is absent from the world, the whole world is going to hell in a handbasket. Okay? The world is essentially dependent on the United States. This is the map. North American climate zone. So this shows the temperate zone, and you can see from that other agricultural map, largely the upper Midwest agricultural landscape resides in temperate zone or semi-arid climate zones. That means it's good. They produce really good crops, really good yields. We are farmers. Thank a farmer in the United States. Thank a farmer all day long. Farmers are feeding not just Americans, farmers are feeding the world, because the U.S. is the top food exporter in the world, because we have the agricultural landscape to do it. Again, thank Navy, of course. Navy, I mean, they're securing the waterways for every other country to. So thank a sailor. Okay, thank a sailor. Thank a Marine. Thank a soldier. Thank the flyboys for sure. I bet you they're itching, a lot of them. Biggest military. Yep. Here, you know what I forgot was here. Consumer nation. The largest consumer market on the planet is the United States. See that? In fact, if you take the whole European Union collectively, they're not even half the consumer market as the United States. This is one of the ways the United States bailed out the world after World War II, is we opened up our consumer markets for all these other countries that had been devastated from World War II, including Japan. How well has Japan done because Americans will buy their stuff? Okay? Same thing with China. China didn't open up to global free trade until the 70s. Okay? We've seen, China, we are witnessing the collapse of China right now. It's the next few years, it's just going to be an amazingly sad and devastating collapse for China. We've seen the rise and fall of China in just roughly 40, a little over 40 years, since the 70s. But the United States remains the largest consumer market on the planet. So I can get off into how Russia is collapsing, how China is collapsing, how Japan and Britain, of course, are our closest allies. And of course, it was with respect to the European Union, Germany. Germany's going to need help. And as an American, I am all for 100% helping Germany out with whatever they need. The Germans have stepped it up. The Germans have made it clear that they're sticking with the West and they're not going with Putin and Russia. They are sticking with the West, and they've sacrificed for it. So in my opinion, as an American, this is just one man's voice, but we need to help Germany. And Poland, too. Poland's been taking a lot of refugees. So if we can help Poland, help our friends who are helping others, that's very important for the United States to do. So again, that's my own political take. I think we should help our friends, and I just think about the Germans and the Poles who are suffering through and because of all this, and our friends are gonna need our help, and I certainly have no problem helping them in the best way we can. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. The global empire of the United States, Revelation 13, 11 through 17. A lot of positives about the United States, but there's a lot of negatives. Christ-like principles, but there's also speaking like a dragon, and will enforce the mark of the beast in the end. So we'll talk to you soon. Soli Deo Gloria.